Hello everybody. Welcome back to the playthrough. We're on episode 25, and we are basically just going to spend today's episode mining yet again. I do apologise, we are doing a lot of mining in these episodes these days. As I keep saying, we need a lot of bronze, so we're just doing another gathering session. Towards the end of our last episode, we finally got our portal system up and running. We got a nice little walled off area for it, but the bad news is that during the mining, after we got the portal set up, we got attacked by a wolf friend who decided that we were a tasty meal and decided to kill us. And then, again, unfortunately, he disappeared shortly after that as well. We went back through our portal, gathered our stuff from our gravestone, and we haven't seen the wolf since. Now, I have mined a bit more, and the wolf hasn't reappeared, so fingers crossed it's gone back to the mountain and it won't reappear again. But we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled throughout today's episode, and we'll keep our eyes peeled constantly now, because it's probably going to reappear at some point, and we're going to have to fight it. Fingers crossed its health bar will still be quite low from when we did fight it the first time, because we were pretty close to killing it. I was quite impressed that at our current level of gear we nearly killed the wolf, but not exactly too sure, because we had a similar situation a couple of episodes ago with a troll where he was literally one hit away from death, and then when we came back to get our stuff he had healed up about a quarter of his health bar. So yeah, we're just going to have to keep our eyes peeled in today's episode for this wolf friend and see if he does reappear. But yeah, for now we are just going to continue on with our mining and gathering. We have our cart set up as well so that we can drag all of the tin and copper back. Hopefully we won't have to use it too much more after this. Aha, here's our next copper node. Now, one thing I'm doing differently now that we have our little portal, like, walled off area set up, is that I'm not going to be dragging the cart with me every single time I run out to mine some more copper. What we're doing instead is that walled off area with the portal and the cart is going to be our little base of operations, and every time we have a full inventory, we're just going to pop back, dump everything in there, in the cart, and then head back over here. Oh god, he's back. Run! Oh, ow, Jesus Christ, that fall damage. Why have I pulled the torch out? Torch isn't going to help. Get this clearing the shield out. Oh, come on, you. Right, yeah, he's still on low health, but he's got about a third of a health bar, but it's not as bad as it was. Could have been worse if he was at full health. He must have been nearby, hearing us mining. Come on, stab, stab. Yes, gotcha. We got some wolf stuff. We got a wolf pelt and some wolf meat. Oh, we can make a wolf rug. I didn't realise we can make that now. Well, we won't be able to make it yet, as I think we only got one pelt from him. We'll need more than one to make a wolf rug, but we could use that. We could also cook the meat as well with wolf meat. There are a couple of recipes that it's used for, but obviously we won't have access to those yet, as we don't have upgraded cooking stations yet, but we could always cook the wolf meat over the fire. That would give us a slightly better health boost food. Oh god, there's a troll as well. Actually, this is fantastic timing, and you're holding a log as well. So I know in our previous episode we said we weren't going to bother using a log troll to try and mine copper, but this is just very fortuitous, so you, come and give us a hand. Oh, okay. Oh, well that's very disappointing. I was kind of hoping that because he was hitting with a log that he'd be hitting multiple blocks at once, but he's not, he's only hitting one. Okay then, that's fine. You just have to make sure our dodging is on point. Hopefully we don't die the same way we did previously. So I would have to say, whilst we're just using this guy to mine some copper, my assumption that the not the two-handed trolls, the trolls that don't have anything in their hands, they are better for mining. The majority of their attacks are only going to hit one block, but it's the two-handed slam that they do that hits multiple blocks around where he hits the ground. That's the best attack for helping you mine copper, as he will hit multiple blocks of the copper and deal lots of damage to them, so you could mine it a lot quicker. I was really hoping this guy, especially with this ground sand here, you would assume that because of the size of the log he's using, it would hit multiple blocks in front of him, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. It seems to only be hitting one block, as you can see only one number showing up when he hits. But so well. Oh, ow, Jesus. Yeah, that was poorly timed I didn't dodge roll there. I think I was just trying to sprint away. Oh, he's just whacked that tree. That poor tree. Guess he wants another. Imagine if he walked over to that tree, picked it up and started dual-wielding logs. Jesus. Do you know what? He's going very slowly, so I think we're just going to take him down. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's probably mining quicker than we would, but we've had bad experiences with trolls recently, and I think that taking him down will probably be a more, a safer way of doing it. I've died 3 times already in the playthrough, and I really don't want to make our 4th death come this soon. So, especially after we've now lost, if you check our top right of our screen next to the minimap, you can see that we've lost our skill loss or no skill loss buff, so that if we were to die again now, we would lose more skill. More skill issues, more skill points. Just gonna sit and watch him whack away, keep dodge rolling, come on. Keep that shield up just in case. I'm pretty sure, and this is something that I think I've noticed it a few times whilst I've played, is that I think when you are holding your shield up, I think your stamina regen's a little bit slower. It's not something I've ever taken the time to just kind of sit and test as a theory, but I swear that sometimes I'm holding the shield up and the stamina regen's slower than it should. But with the rested buff and our fairly substantial stamina bar, we are managing it okay. Gonna get him to whack a few more bits. Doing a fairly decent job so far. One thing I do try and do with trolls whilst using them for... Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think we should kill him. Just 2 hits now. I'm surprised he hasn't killed us with that. He's smashing us with a log. But yeah, one thing I try and do with trolls when using them for this purpose is whilst you're using them to attack the copper nodes and to mine it out, what you should do as well is briefly every now and then, when you've got the stamina, is to attack the troll and bring his health bar down. You want to get him as low as possible, because if you do ever get into a moment where, say, he does land a hit on you and it nearly kills you, you can just pop in and finish him off really quickly, and that kind of removes the danger. That's one thing I would recommend doing, is just, slowly nuking him down. It's just so that once he's finished mining out the copper, you don't have to then stand and fight the full, kill him for his full health bar. It just saves you a bit of time in the long run. He's actually doing a fairly decent job. He attacks very regularly, but it is literally just those 2 attacks that he's got. He doesn't do anything else. I don't even think these guys throw boulders, because obviously they've got something in their hand, so they wouldn't have... Oh, I suppose he could use his other hand. I don't think I've ever seen a troll with a log actually throw a boulder. I think it's just the trolls that don't have anything in their hands. There we go, take him down. He's done 99% of the work for us. We can finish off this bit. Oh god, that is not a flattering position, Mr. Troll. Sometimes they die in some really funny positions. Right, so we are going to have to pop back to our camp and deliver some of this copper, or deliver all of it to the cart. We need the inventory space. Oh yes, we're doing very well so far. I'm quite happy with that. Nearly 90 of it. Oh, what we're doing, we're trying to drag the cart over and we're getting it stuck on the wall. There we are. We're going to have to put a gate in here. But the thing is with this area and this portal, I'm not sure if it's going to stay here permanently. Because after we've got copper and tin from here, there isn't really a reason for us to stick around in this particular biome. It's not massive, it doesn't have an abundance of resources like thistles and blueberries, and it doesn't have any of the crypts either. Don't get me wrong, we've already visited a few crypts and we've got plenty of Surtling cores, but we are going to need more. We're also going to need to explore and find the Elder as well. Well, we've already found the Elder, but we are going to need to explore and find a larger Black Forest biome. I'm pretty sure the Black Forest biome that the Elder will be located in is going to be quite large, so I think we should be okay. But it's more just for having more crypts to find, because we are going to need even more Surtling cores in the future. Obviously, your portal systems are dependent on Surtling cores. You need 4 of them per system, so, and it depends on how many portals you want to have set up. Some people prefer to play the game as only having very important portals and only having a few of them, and then having one main portal that they always use in, say, situations like if they're out exploring or something. That is something I do recommend as well, having a portal set up that's just called home or base or something like that, that doesn't have a second portal permanently, and that second portal you can use as you're exploring and you're sailing around and finding new areas if you just need to pop home quickly for whatever reason, or something like that. If you get into a sticky situation, you could quickly pop it down and try and get through it. I mean, that portal would probably very quickly be destroyed after that if it was a dangerous situation, but it can be useful having that. I always try and keep at least one open, like, blank portal. It has a tag on it, like home or base, but then it doesn't have a second portal unless I have to use it for some specific reason. So again, for like exploring and stuff like that. But the way I prefer to play it is I just prefer to have portals everywhere. So every important area that I need, and for like places that I visit quite regularly. So we're going to have like a couple of swamp portals, a couple of Black Forest portals, the Elder Merchant when we find him, or Haldor I believe his name is. I think a commenter recently left a comment saying that his name is Haldor. I never remember to learn the NPC's name. There is a second NPC we're looking for as well, but I doubt we're going to find her very quickly. She can be found quite late into the game. She's kind of like a clothier, where she can like give you dyes and other kind of decorative or clothing pieces, stuff like that. So, well, not dyes, sorry, but I'm not too sure actually, because I haven't really looked at her inventory properly. But she also comes with quests, which is pretty cool. I say quests. Dungeons that you need to go and explore and clear out. But we'll cover her in more detail when we actually find her. Nice, that's 120. Getting there, very nice. But yeah, so with portals, I just like to have a lot of them. I'm just one of those. I will probably build a dedicated portal room and building or something like that. We might even just stick them outside behind the base. We'll probably wall an area off and then have like a dedicated space for the portals themselves. Ah, there you go. If you saw there, we did knock down most blocks in one hit there, because a lot of them were kind of hovering in the air. Just quickly finished it off for us. Just dump the rest of these. Look at all that stone. It's going to make it fun to drag this back. Okay, let's get the cart. It's kind of awkward getting into position sometimes. Try and drag it around. We're going to take it back. Or we're going to find another copper node. What's this? Is this just stone? Might as well drag it back here. I think the better idea would be, instead of leaving... Oh god, it's rolling away. Oh god, another grey dwarf. Go away. I've killed trolls and wolves. I'm not afraid of you. Go away. But yeah, I think... Where's the cart gone? Did it just roll backwards? Yeah, I think it's just rolled backwards. I think with the cart, we should leave it outside this little walled off area, just because we've got quite a lot of copper at the minute. We are going to need a lot of tin as well, but it's just to kind of save the awkwardness of trying to drag it out from the little walled off area. I'm just going to dump our inventories and fill up the chests a bit more. Get some more crafting stuff, some goodies. We've got plenty of those ancient seeds. I'll just stick the wolf pelt in there. It is a leather item and we don't particularly need it just yet. Again, it's 2 biomes too early. It's way too early to have wolf stuff, so we're not even going to bother using it, I don't think. Put the wolf meat in there as well. The bees are still empty. I think we emptied those right before we left anyway. Need to do a quick repair as well. Repair up the pickaxe. Perfect. Well, let's just go back and carry on. Still daytime, so we've still got plenty of daylight left, so we can go on and carry on with the mining. Okay. Just quickly going to rebuild this wall, because I don't want to run the risk of anything trying to get in here and destroying our portal. And we're going to... I think we'll repair this car as well, because it looks like it's pretty low. Yeah, it's about half durability, so we'll repair that quickly as well. Now, the good thing is, something I haven't mentioned yet, but the good thing is that if, say, a grey dwarf or a troll or a wolf or something was to get into our little portal area and destroy the portal and the crafting table and stuff like that, the good thing is that they wouldn't we wouldn't lose the crafting materials that we've spent to make those things. So we'd get the items back to build the portal and the crafting table. It's just that they knock it down. That's the only issue with it, is that they'd knock it down and we'd have to run up and rebuild it again and obviously clear out the monsters who'd been in and destroyed it. So it's not that bad of an issue. It's just irritating. It can really kind of mess with you in terms of portals. Let's just say you've travelled home, you're in a dangerous area, you've thrown a portal down, you've travelled home to like repair and to heal up and to stuff like that, and get some more food or potions or something. And then whilst you're back, or you're sleeping through the night, and then whilst you're back at the base, the enemies on the other side of the portal destroy the portal. That means you can't go back. You have to then either walk or sail back to that area in order to get back there. So that's the only real issue with it. That's why I always like try and recommend at least putting a portal, at least putting some walls up around it, just to it's just kind of that barrier, that extra little health barrier around your portal, so that if you do need to get back in a pinch, if you're in a bit of a dangerous spot, you've at least then got a bit of time where you know the portal should be safe. But yeah, we are now on the process of gathering some tin, but I am also going to grab some of these thistles and blueberries that are nearby as well. This biome isn't fantastic for having these in them, but we will grab whatever we can find just because we are going to need it. But yeah, tin is the main reason we are now exploring around. We'll try and find some more copper as well. We've got a couple of nodes left that we can actually go for as well, but I can also tell that it's getting pretty close to night. I do love the way that colour scheme works though. If you can notice the kind of orange on the coast that kind of faded to blue, or kind of like turned to blue. Another grey dwarf, take him down. I do like the way the colour scheme works when it does that. There we go, a bit more tin. Gonna need to gather plenty of that. I have seen a few like groupings of tin nodes around as we've sailed into certain areas. Especially when we went back to get our corpse from the first troll that killed us. I saw quite a few tin nodes there, so there's plenty of it for us to gather. I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that this should be the only Black Forest biome we need to visit. We shouldn't need to go and visit any others to get tin and copper. So there seems to be plenty of it here. So we've gotten exceedingly lucky in our seed generation, our world generation for these biomes. And the mountains as well, having 3 mountains nearby. I know I keep harking on about this, but having those 3 mountains right next to our base is going to make certain parts of gathering and stuff a lot easier. Just going to keep exploring the water's edge. Oh, this one's tucked underneath the stone block. Should be able to get it without hitting the stone. There we go. I think the reason why we haven't seen that many blueberry bushes and stuff like that is it's also, well, the main reason is the fact that how small the biome is, but also because of this part, how sloped the sides of the faces, like the sloped this area is. Obviously, it's turning into a mountain as it goes further up, so it's quite sloped, and it doesn't, like all these rock, like sheer rock faces here, don't have like nothing really grows on them. Like you wouldn't get blueberry bushes and thistles growing on there. You need kind of like a flat-ish ground for it to happen. Plenty of deer though. If you ever need deer, the Black Forest, they seem to love being in the Black Forest. Kind of lends a bit of credibility to the claim I made when it seems that boars like open spaces like in the meadows and stuff, whereas deer seem to like all the forested, like woody areas. Oh, sunset. Really nice. Told you there was some beautiful imagery in this game. It'll get even better now that we've got the boat and you can see some really nice sights. I'm just going to head back up towards our portal location. Don't want to go too far away from it just yet. Especially now that we're getting close to night time. Oh god, there's another one. Trying to avoid getting in the water. I think when we sailed past, we found some tin on this little island next to us where the stone building is. Get rid of this grey dwarf first. The reason why I'm jumping the gaps in the water between islands is I'm trying to avoid getting the wet debuff so that we can keep our stamina regen up. Ah, okay, there we go. It's just ticked over into nighttime. Yeah, I did see some. I thought we saw some tin as we sailed past. So grab this. It's getting very dark though. Very, very dark. I'm going to have to travel back at some point. Apologies if it's difficult to see. There we go. Pull the torch out. Make it a little bit easier for us. Although now that we're... Yeah, I think now that we're in nighttime, we are going to head back to base soon and just rest up and repair and sleep through the night, stuff like that, so we can come back tomorrow and get some more, carry on with the gathering. But I think this is also going to be a pretty good time for us to call this episode. Well, it's been a pretty productive episode. I'm glad we managed to clear out the wolf threat. He was a danger to us, so I'm glad that he came back and we managed to clear him out and get his goodies, his pelt and his meat. So that makes life a little bit easier for us. Not entirely sure why I'm climbing the mountain right now. But yeah, I think we'll head back to the portal and go back home and rest up and repair stuff like that, and we'll call the episode here. Oh, we're freezing. We need to get off this mountain. And slowly take damage. We don't want that. One thing I have realised with freezing as well is that I have mentioned a couple of times that you get the passive health regeneration, and the freezing damage does do more damage than that, but the other thing it does as well is it cancels that passive health regeneration because you're constantly taking damage. You're not taking the health tick every 5 seconds either, so yeah, when you're freezing I definitely recommend getting off there as soon as possible, or building a campfire. A campfire would work as well. I'll quickly clear out these grey dwarfs. I don't want them attacking the walls. Come here, little sod. But yeah, I think we'll call the episode very shortly. So thank you everybody for watching today. Hope you've enjoyed. We managed to kill our wolf, and we'll catch you in the next one.